No one else matter. You are your own relationship.
You want me to ask you that question again?
Yeah,
Is that cool?
I don't really know how to talk or certain type of dominance over someone or even be confident enough to basically hold the conversation. Did I grind? I did grind. I grind hard. I was helpless because I made my life around him. And I think that is a lot of the young girls' mistake. At the time, I was, just a physio. And I was like, okay, why don't I, as you say, leverage this and start pumping out a lot more reels? That meant, something to me.
I'm gonna go for another surgery again.
So the newest one will be your fifth?
I think it's going to be the 6th. We are a very young and dynamic clinic. Why not showcase that? And if you happen to stumble upon our clinic and you like us and you know we can actually do our job well, you'll come back.
Welcome to another episode of the DWIT podcast. Our guest today wears multiple identities. Scrolling through her social, you might think she's a content creator. Seeing her poster in the mall, you might think she's a model. If you're dealing with any pains, she's the physio who can help you cure. But you know what they say, you can't judge a book by its cover. You gotta read it to understand the full story. Our guest today, Christie, her life is not as glamorous as what people think from outside looking in. Today's conversation, we're gonna go into all of it. The breakdowns, the grind, and how she learned to whatever it takes. Now, let's welcome Christie. How have you been?
Not bad, thank you.
In the intro, I kind of mentioned that you're a person that wears multiple identities. I wouldn't call you a slasher. I would consider you a multifaceted human being.
Sure.
So if I met you in a club,
Right.
and I asked you this question, what would you say? Hey, who are you really?
I would say I'm a go-getter, but not the obnoxious way. Not the way that I need to prove it to anyone else, but I live to prove myself wrong.
Okay.
In a sense that I have a lot of voices in my head. For example, you're not good enough, you're not fit enough, you're not lean enough, you're not skinny enough. Then I'll just focus on that one voice that makes me feel really, can I swear?
We can beep it, don't worry.
Really and prove myself wrong. And then somewhere along the way, perhaps I'll achieve that goal, make myself feel better, or maybe throughout that journey, I just simply don't give a anymore because I gained so much more along the way. So I guess that is who I am as a person, in a nutshell.
Is this because of your upbringing?
I wouldn't say so, in a sense, if you're talking about family perspective. I mean, my parents are very supportive. I live in a very privileged setting, and I do acknowledge that. I would say it's more like my own inner demons that I'm always trying to fight. But now I just got more tools to use it against myself.
Let's go back a little, right? So you moved to UK at a young age.
Yeah.
Tell us about that story.
I used to study in Hong Kong for primary school and kindergarten, obviously. And my parents are super strict. Just swim train 4, 5, 6 times a week. And then, just classic Hong Kong children upbringing. I hated it. My school is very local. I went to a local school. Never really felt like I have true best friends or friends, a community to kind of support me. So when my parents asked me if I want to go to England, I just say yes. And I was really young. I think I was 10. But I'm just like, why not? Right? I'm done in Hong Kong.
Did you move there by yourself?
Yeah, I did. I still remember my mom dropping me off in boarding school. And I thought I was going to be sad. So I saw my mom walking away. And then I was sad for 1 second. And I turned around and I met new friends. Then that's it. I never really missed them. Sorry, Mom.
So then you did high school, you did college in the UK?
Yeah, high school, university. Yeah.
And then you picked, what did you study?
I studied physiotherapist for my BSc. I did my master in physio as well, mainly specialized in orthopedic and musculoskeletal healthcare. So I actually never thought about coming back to Hong Kong because I was actually very settled and I guess just cruising in England. But because of COVID, I got furloughed. So I was enjoying the retirement lifestyle when I was 24 to 26 quite nicely, because I get paid full. Thank you. And it was really nice. But I kind of get to a point where I always knew that when you're 20-something, actually, no, I read something It's like when you're 20 something, you're supposed to grind. No matter if you like it or not, you grind it out, you learn the system. When you're 30 something, then you'll find out what you're really good at. And that's how you kind of leverage it, make money out of it, to be really super good with it. By 40, you're supposed to teach what you've learned to the younger generation, and then kind of so on. So I was on the grind of when I'm 20 something, I'll do everything in my power to learn, to try, to fail. But then, I was furloughed. So I'm like, no, I need to kind of do something about it. That's why I kind of moved back to Hong Kong.
Before we talk about moving back,
Yeah.
why Physio?
Why Physio? I guess my parents never really gave me a true choice, purely because my dad is a doctor. I still remember he asked me if I want to be a doctor or a pharmacist, or to be in pharmacy or physiotherapy. It just has to be medical related. So I just never really have a choice, in a sense. And I'm really good at biology and physical education. Those just kind of make sense to me. I don't really need to study for it. So, and then I got my ACL injury when I was really young. So that is my first exposure to physio in general anyway. So I just thought, why not?
Were you rehabbing in a way where you thought it really helped you?
No. My first knee injury when I was 14, I did my surgery in Hong Kong. The surgery went well. The rehab, on the other hand, in hindsight, with my knowledge now, right, I would consider a very bad rehab. Because it's not only until when I turned 23 that I really fixed up my left leg. And I wouldn't say it's 100% now, still. Yes.
And then tell us a little bit about the life in UK. Like graduating, start practicing, right?
I think it's different in the UK, purely because I'm a foreigner in their eyes, right? And I grew up privileged. I grew up very lucky in private school in England. So people look at me differently, which is fine. And it's such a huge learning curve for me to understand how people truly live. Let's say council houses, people that need support from the government, free healthcare. That is something that I've never really experienced before. So I grew up really quickly. So working in my first job, I was in public hospital. And that really shaped me. Skill set, sure, right? I'm honing in my skills after uni. It's more like me as a person. I start to know how lucky I am in this world, basically.
And you mentioned you moved around a lot, right?
Yes.
Off the camera.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Is it bad to kind of admit it in front of camera that I just changed jobs because I never really learned? Or I learned so quickly about how a system works, then if I don't feel like if I absorb enough things, then I just feel like my time is done. Then I need to move to another clinic.
You just have an ultra growth mindset. That's a better way to put it, right?
Yeah, you can put it that way. I just don't like feeling stuck.
So
mentally.
what other industries or clinics that you worked in UK?
So while I was working in a hospital, I kind of got a little bit bored. So I actually work in a football club during the weekends as well. Those schedules are crazy. But at the same time, again, I knew I need to grind it out when I was 20 something. So I did that. So a private football club. And then afterwards, I quit both of that job because I already knew that I want to specialize in orthopedics. That's why I kind of studied at UCL for my master for a year. And then afterwards, I worked in a private clinic in London for a year or so again. But I don't feel like I'm getting the most out of the clinic, purely because it's a huge clinic and I don't feel like there's opportunity for me to kind of grow or to be more senior, basically.
Did you look for mentors?
I did. I would say that there is a mentor in that specific clinic, but I also feel like because she's also looking after so many things, the focus is not necessarily on me. Not saying that she has to, but I don't trust her. And I feel like me as a person looking for a mentor is that I do have to trust you. If I don't trust you, you're not my mentor, right?
There's no point. There's no trust.
Yeah, there's no trust. And then afterwards, I went to another clinic, which they do teach quite well, and I feel like I absorb pretty much how their skill set are in terms of their specialty, and then I know how their clinic work in order to profit from a business, and I do like it. But then until Hong Kong was calling me, then I'm like, you know what? Let's give it a shot, basically. Yeah.
We call these type of people boomerangs.
Some people might say it's commitment phobia.
No, boomerang as in you were shot out, to the west, and then you come back to the east.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Fair.
As a boomerang.
Yeah.
Right. So coming back to Hong Kong, was it like homecoming, or was it like I'm starting over again?
No, I would say there's a certain fear factor to it because I don't really have a good memory in Hong Kong. I think in my childhood, so it's more like testing the water. I have the mindset of I don't like it here, I'm gonna go to Australia. Because of my job is very flexible. I can practice anywhere in the world as long as I have a license. So I'm not really thinking about settling or like set in stone in Hong Kong, basically.
Then what happened?
I worked in Hong Kong in my old clinic. I actually worked there for 4 years, which is the longest time that I've ever stayed in one place. Really good support system. There's not a lot of huge transition compared from my old clinic. Everyone is super friendly, very knowledgeable, really homey in from, I guess, like a junior intermediate physio to slowly working my way up to managing people, creating programs for them, making the clinic more efficient. So again, opportunity, it's different, right? So I can see myself, and I definitely did grow up a lot in that clinic, but it kind of hit to a point where I'm getting even hungrier to want more things.
You want a bigger impact?
Yes, in a sense, yes.
You want a bigger scope, you want to create a bigger impact.
Yeah.
You believe that you've gained so much knowledge in your life where there's more to give.
I wouldn't say I gained knowledge per se, but because I'm very clear in what I want to learn. I still remember my mentor then asked me, what do you want from me? I literally asked him, I want to be really good at negotiating. Teach me how to negotiate in terms of in between clinics or in between gyms. I want to start learning where's my limit, or like what can I do for this specific company to create a bigger, let's say, referral system or yada yada. Because I feel like that is a specific skill set to have in order to bring communities together, and that is what I learned.
Was it very different, like Hong Kong and UK?
Yes, I would say so. I don't want to say if it's because of race, but I just don't feel like perhaps it's not race. Perhaps I was just very young. I don't really know how to talk or assert certain type of dominance over someone to kind of, or even be confident enough to basically hold the conversation, right? So I know my limits, but now I feel like my old clinic gave me the confidence to be like, hey, this is our last card. You should never show our card. But whatever that you do, just go try it.
You were learning more of the business side.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like I'm sure you were improving from like your skill set.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you had this platform where you can kind of like pick and choose other stuff that you never really got to practice.
Because I feel like as a physio, you learn how to self-improve through research, through practice, through CPD, continuous development courses and stuff like that. No matter, it's so easy to upskill yourself as a clinician, but from a business perspective, if no one really teach you how to do that, you will never know. Yeah.
What were some like biggest takeaway that you got from your previous clinic?
Biggest takeaway? I wouldn't say take away in one sentence, but I feel like it gives me the opportunity as a training ground. Because technically I have nothing to lose.
True.
And I'm just helping them to create relationships. So I know then what works, what doesn't work, what kind of people in terms of personality that is going to work with me in particular. And I know what I definitely don't like. I might not know what I like, but there are certain type of people that I might not want to work with. that kind of thing.
Would you say you were kind of reshaping your own identity?
Not on purposely, but definitely now looking back, I definitely changed quite a bit. Yeah.
You say you worked there for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
How old were you?
How old was I? I moved when I was 25. 25 to 29.
Okay. So
Yeah.
did you grind during
Did
this
I
4
grind? I did grind. I grind hard.
Okay. Okay. So I think everything that you talked about so far,
Yeah.
it's kind of new to me,
Right.
right? I've known you for what, 4 years now?
Yes, actually,
Right,
yeah.
right, 4 years. So everything after you came back,
Yeah.
that's kind of when I first met you,
Yeah.
right? And then I felt like I was, in the front row seat sometimes.
You're always in the front row seat, sir.
I was seeing you developing into who Christie is
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
step by step.
Yeah.
And you went through quite a bit of stuff,
Yeah.
Let's talk about something more deeper.
Sure.
Let's talk about the breakup.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so let me share my point of view, right?
Sure.
So when I saw you through the breakup,
Yeah.
I felt like it wasn't an end to a relationship.
Yeah.
It was more like a beginning of who Christie is going to be,
Sure.
because
Yeah.
of all the events that happened
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into it one by one, okay? I wanna learn. I wanna listen to how you felt,
Sure.
and I'll share my perspective.
Sure.
So go ahead. The breakup.
The breakup?
What happened? Did it open you?
Did it open me? Through the cracks, sure. I think it's meant to happen. Let's just put it that way. I think I was in the rock bottom. I didn't know what to do. I was helpless because I made my life around him. And I think that is a lot of the young girls' mistake, I would say. I mean, I wasn't that young when I was 25, but
Still pretty young.
because of, I guess, previous experiences and how it shaped me, that is the only way that I can see to survive through whatever happened to me when I first moved back to Hong Kong, basically. And honestly, it was a beautiful relationship now that I can think back, right? But again, I do think that it happens for a reason because it did shape me to who I am today. But within, I would say, that 3 months probably was the most heartbreaking thing, most lowest of my lows of my life, not necessarily just from the breakup, but from the reflection of how did I make that happen? What position did I put myself in order for those events to kind of happen? Could I have done differently? So I really took the time to kind of reflect on if this thing were to happen, like if this event were to happen again, would I do any differently? Would the outcome change? Who am I as a person if I kind of do A, B, C, D, E instead of 1, 2, 3, basically? So that kind of completely shifted the perspective on the breakup itself. But it definitely takes time, a lot of thinking, a lot of headache, and a lot of sleepless night, but it's worth it.
I mean, I was in the front row.
Yeah,
right.
of course,
Right.
yeah.
And to the audience, it was because of you and your previous partner.
Yeah.
I got to meet my wife now.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
There's something good out of it.
Oh, for sure. I would say, like, without that specific relationship, I wouldn't have been sitting here talking to you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, again, I don't think I would be sitting here doing any of this, So,
And it ties back to the theme for today, right?
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
yeah.
Right? Depends on how you look at situations in life.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the breakup happened, right?
Yeah.
You took a few months to recover,
Yeah.
to pick yourself back up.
Yeah.
And then things started to change for you,
Right.
right? From my memories, right?
Yeah.
You became a model.
Yeah.
You went viral.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
How cool was it?
It was pretty cool, but at the same time, it's a little bit like, whoa, like, what did I do?
Let's talk about becoming viral.
Becoming viral,
Yeah.
It was so silly. It's only because of one reel saying that what color do I like, how tall am I, what food do I like to eat? It's so silly, but I guess because the algo hit at the right time and I'm the lucky person to be chosen, my life, I wouldn't say what I do is necessarily any different, but I would say opportunities definitely come swamping in. And at the time, I was, just a physio. And I was like, okay, why don't I, as you say, leverage this and start pumping out a lot more reels that meant, something to me. So I started vlogging things, we were going to China together. We started vlogging that. I'm doing a little bit more like short clip with the music stuff that I kind of like. And it all I got built up, basically.
Because I remember prior to going viral, you shot videos, but it was more on like rehabbing, exercising, right? And then we talked about that. We talked about leveraging different social medias. Either it's the Chinese ones or the American ones. Right? And then all of a sudden you just boom went viral. And then what happened? Like becoming a model.
Becoming a model, I think the social media creation and a model, they're not linked up together. They're
synergies.
Oddly happen together at the same time. It's not one or the other. But then in my head, I'm just like, okay, I signed with a modeling contract. I started working with Lulu at the time. And I was like, okay, why don't I vlog that as well? Because isn't it like everyone's dream to be in a campaign or someone else's website, especially the brands that you work with so closely together, right? And then I guess that kind of create more pull, more attention from my followers or people that look at my stuff as to, oh, how did she become a Lululemon model? Like, I want to do that too, So and I'm always quite open about my content. I just don't feel like I didn't get paid for it. I didn't really train hard for it, It just happens sometimes, and I just want to document it, so I did document it. So I guess that two just link up together.
How many views did you get for your most viral content?
I think it's 3 million. Or is it more? I don't know. Like,
I think it's more.
We'll check later.
I think it's more. We're gonna put it up, okay?
Yeah, we'll put it up.
So people, it will keep going up. Okay, so what did modeling teach you? It should be very foreign to you, right?
It is very foreign to me. I would never imagine myself being a model. I don't really see myself as a model. I think modeling, it's all fun and games because of how, I guess, the magazine shows, the YouTube shows, right? But for me, I guess from the get-go, it's not like, okay, how good do I like on photos, or how good do I look on photos, or anything like that. I want to learn, okay, who's the photographer, who's the videographer, who is actually the one that is behind the scene, who is the creative director, what do you mean by shooting a product? I want to learn why do they do this, why do they do it that way, why don't they do it the other way, that kind of thing. So that is more interesting to me in a shoot.
It's kind of rare for a model to think that, I think.
Because modeling in front of a camera, to me, is very uncomfortable. So I guess my brain just default into, okay, what role am I actually doing here? So technically, I'm just an object. I'm not really the product that they're trying to sell. So for me to feel more comfortable, I just need to think myself as a object. I'm just a background. I'm selling the clothes. So how do you want me to pose in order to show off that streamline on that t-shirt cuff? So it's that.
So you position yourself as a product.
Yes.
But then your ultra growth mindset that you developed at a young age, right? You want to know, like, how does it work?
Yeah.
How does lighting work, makeup work, right?
Yeah.
How to position you as a product work.
Yeah, because like, to be fair, ultimately at the end of the day, everyone is just here for work, right? Everyone just want to go home and sleep and chill. So how do I make this shoot as fast as possible? Is to do my job right.
Would you say that your shoots are usually a lot faster?
Yes. No, it's never really me that is causing the delay in a shoot.
You're blaming the others.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay. So, which shoot was the most memorable?
I would say my first ever shoot, Lululemon, for sure.
Tell us.
I met a really good friend, Max, and I think at the time we just got super close because that is his first shoot as well. That is my first shoot. And we both don't really know what the hell is happening. So to have someone that kind of share that experience together, it's different. It's really nice. And then the whole setup, you would have thought that it's going to be super nervous, super uptight, but it ended up just being a very intense workout for us. So that is, I guess, when I first approached modeling, I thought it's going to be very posy, but it's actually more about flow. How well do you kind of flow within their team that you have actually never met before?
Yeah.
It also really depends on the photographer, I think.
Yeah.
How comfortable are they actually making you to be yourself?
Because, I mean, I've seen you on like Lululemon, right? I've seen you like not just in Hong Kong, you know, Southeast Asia, anywhere.
Yeah.
But I also have seen you like in IFC, lingerie, that type, right?
Yeah.
The shooting lingerie model shoots different compared to doing a Lululemon shoot?
Not really.
No?
I wouldn't say so. Because again, I'm just a product. All I'm thinking about is, what picture do you want? What is the mood board? How am I going to do it? How can I make the shoot as fast as possible? Okay. So for me, it doesn't truly matter. Sure, maybe mentally it's like, okay, I'm a little bit more sexy. How can I make it healthy sexy or sexy sexy? Like, what do I want to where do I want to position myself, right? But these are more technically not my job in a sense, because that's more like the creative director of that specific company's job to say, okay, make your eyes a little bit softer, not so sultry, that kind of thing. Because those are the things that I can't really control in front of a camera.
So would you consider yourself healthy sexy or sexy sexy?
I would say I'm just healthy in general. I never thought myself as sexy, but I know there's a, you know.
One more question. How does it feel walking at IFC and seeing yourself?
A bit crazy, but
come on,
actually,
tell us more. You know, tell us the truth, okay?
No, actually, even when it first came out, I don't actually have the time to go see it because I was working.
I'm sure people send pictures.
A lot of people send pictures, and they're
online.
like so proud of me. So it's not like, it's never really the, whoa, I made it on the billboard next to, you know, someone really hot. But it's more like, wow, my friends can see this. That's kind of cool. You know, my friends is happy for me. That is kind of cool. But, and then I'll walk past it, I'll be like, oh, that's me. That's cool.
Did you take a picture of?
In a selfie, a dumb way, but not in a sexy way.
I mean, because you already made it, right? There's no point. You already made it.
But then again, it's like being at a campaign or like a billboard in IFC or whatnot, I just don't feel like that's me. Because that is my job at the time, right? And I feel like the people that is dearest or closest to me know that I don't dress like that 99.8% of the time.
I have to ask my wife on this.
Everyone knows, basically. So it's like, oh, I did a good job because that is how it's supposed to be portrayed as, right? And that is the whole point.
Yeah.
But that is not me.
You were doing your job right.
Yeah, exactly. And it's more like a, you know, check, and I got the paycheck, and then kudos, you know?
Okay, so in between you started running,
Yes.
right? But you also like had injuries?
Yes.
So what happened? Tell us that story. Because all you talked about was all the ups. We need to talk about some downs right now.
I would say running is kind of my... I would say it all kind of start from...
Was it because of the breakup? Then you started running, or because you want to be healthy, sexy, so you started running?
I would just say running for me, it's because someone once told me that I'm not a runner. I run funny.
You want to prove them wrong.
I'm going to prove myself wrong. I never really lived to prove anyone wrong. Because I know I'm not a runner. I used to be a competitive swimmer.
We need to clip that, okay? You want to prove yourself wrong.
Yeah, I live to prove myself wrong every single day.
Okay.
Basically. But in a sense, is my head is like, because I know I'm not a runner. I only used to swim competitively. I don't never ever use my legs in that way. Why don't I just do it?
Okay.
And obviously, short breakup, and I was just like, okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna sign up for a marathon. because I'm also someone that also need to sign up for something in order to kind of put myself into a routine and a system. So yeah, that's how it kind of get me into running. But it was quite painful at first because I was running alone a lot of the time. And I would say also running makes me gain weight. It makes me gain 5 kg. So it's not that, no, I wouldn't say that it's more like a healthy sexy, you know.
So, and then you started joining a running club?
I started joining a run club called Shelter. And it is quite fun, I would say. So my first run club with them was actually an experience because I was then starting to date a new guy, and I just thought, okay, maybe I will ask him to do the run club date with me, and he actually went. So it just kind of started building up like that, because in my head when I started running, it's like I don't want to talk to anyone because it is hard. I'm out of breath all the time. I just want someone to run with me, so it makes it less painful. And Shelter is exactly like that. No, people just say hi and then they just run. And I quite like that. But I think if you kind of go to a run club consistently enough, you will start saying, hey, how are you? How's your week? How's your dog? You know, how's your wife's birthday? And then you're starting to kind of build some really authentic relationship. And that is what I gained from Shelter. It's just a bunch of really good friends that like the same thing. Or maybe some of them, like, I don't like running, but I enjoy the discipline that kind of it gives me. So like-minded people.
You started off running alone, and then you joined a run club, right?
Yeah.
Like, how long was that period? Because during our like China trips, you know, you talk about it. You know, running clubs are just for dating.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess that's my. Yeah, I do have prejudices. Like, what is it called? Like, I do have like a little goggles to kind of look at them.
But then Shelter gave you a different perspective.
Shelter gave me a different perspective, purely because there's a guy, I'm going to shout out to him, Leo. He won't stop texting me and ask me to kind of go join their run club. And I thought, okay, let me just give it a shot. Like, if I don't like it, I don't need to go, you know? But it ended up being a really good experience. So that's why I gave it a shot. And with Shelter, everyone is a family, man. Everyone got a girlfriend. And if they don't have a girlfriend, they really just want to run. And they have one goal. They're training for something, or they want a faster 10K. It's just not as what I thought it would be. So that's why I guess that's why I'm a Shelter run club person now.
How's the community?
They're all a bit cuckoo in the best way possible.
Explain what's a cuckoo.
Cuckoo is a bit crazy. They're just special in their own way, and they're really good at what they do in their own way. So they are people that is actually not in the medical industry. So for me, being in a conversation with them, I'm actually quite interested. Someone is, in the apparel industry. Someone is in a marketing agency. Someone used to work for Uber. Someone is in, just social media, content creation things. So things that I've never learned, things that I've never really been exposed to. So it's just interesting to kind of see how they work. And I'm also learning from that, I guess.
So I guess it wasn't just the emotional support you got out of this running community, but you were actually able to learn and grow as a person. Yes. Which benefits you later on in your life.
Yeah, I think it's vice versa as well, because I'm also treating them for their injuries. So it ended up being a very open conversation in a room, right? It's like, oh, I made you feel better. You feel a lot better. So what do you think, if I were to kind of create something that would mean something to us? Like, it's just like daydreaming in a way, or brainstorming, or however you kind of call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you went viral, you became a model, and then you started running, and then injury. Tell us.
It was quite scary.
Hey, tell us your whole injury report first.
Oh, God. It started when I was 14.
Look at the camera.
I started when I was 14. On the 16th, I had my first left ACL surgery. And then when I was 18, my meniscus torn again. So I had my third one, and then it tore again on when I was turned 21st. Yeah, so that's the fourth one. And then the right one I torn when I was 25 skiing. And then 3 months ago I went skiing again. I tear it again. And then it's only 3 days ago I did a high rocks, and I also pinched my MCL.
So I'm gonna go for another surgery again.
So the newest one will be your fifth or sixth? I lost count already.
I think it's gonna be the sixth.
Okay. So, as a physio, like mentally, how are you dealing with this?
I think before Sunday, I'm completely fine.
Sunday, as in the previous Sunday where you just raised high rocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was actually in a very not bad, but I was just in a mental rut for the past couple of days because racing, you must have understood me. You're a basketball player. You train so hard off season.
Yeah.
And then the first time that you're in court, you're like 200% ready to go. And then your knee just gave up on you. And you train so hard for it.
Hey, I tore mine playing men's league. Like, if people hear it, they're going to laugh at me.
Yeah. But
it's your story. Keep
I
going.
mean, my high rocks is also my debut, right? So like technically there's no expectation, but I think because me and my partner train so hard for it, we do set very high expectation for ourselves. And I also don't want to let her down, you know? So when it happened, even though it's not painful, I pushed through and then my leg cramped out and all those kind of stuff. I know that it's nothing that I can control in that moment in time. I did try my best to kind of complete the race. I let myself down in a way, right? Even though I can't really truly control it because I could have done better. Like in my head, I'm just like, what if I just move the rope? What if I just hydrate more? Maybe I won't cramp. All those kind of little things. But ultimately, it's like because my knee are just not stable enough. So the only way to kind of stop this from happening and really give it my 200% is just to get the surgery again, right? Because I train really hard for my legs. I work on my hamstring, I work on my quads, I do neuromuscular training, you name it, I do it, right?
So if someone doesn't have an ACL, do you think they can still play basketball?
It depends on what league you're playing in.
I mean,
I would say if you kind of go through all those kind of advanced plyometric training with a really good physio and your knee still gave out, is a good indication that you need to do the surgery.
I think she's hinting something.
I did not say that.
I mean, I shared my story with you.
Yeah.
Right? When I tore my ACL.
Yeah.
We had a
And
chat.
I did say, I think I did say that you probably should go for a surgery because you're young.
Yeah, but I'm also the type of person that
You're
I bet on myself too.
Yeah, you prove yourself wrong, eh?
I prove myself wrong, right? Like all the haters gonna say,
Exactly.
hey, you need a surgery. Sure, maybe one day.
Yeah.
But as of now, I'm just gonna try to make it happen.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah, and I think it's the same for you. You tried.
Yeah.
So you raised high rocks last Sunday.
Yeah.
And then 3 months ago, skiing, you re-tore your ACL, right?
Yeah.
And then it's actually kind of crazy. 3 months, and then you're at I think you're in a really good shape.
Yeah.
In a position where you were trying to go for certain like pacing and
Yes.
timing with your partner.
Yes.
Yeah, and then shit happens.
Yeah.
Are you learning from this? Like, what's going on with your mind right now? It must be crazy.
It is better now, today, I think.
Okay.
I think it's just a very hard conversation of, okay, I've had so many knee surgeries. If I were to kind of go for this, then I need to sacrifice something. In terms of like what really matters to me right now, because when I was younger, I don't care, right? I just want to try different things. I'm curious about everything. I want to learn everything. But now I really do give a shit about running. I really do give a shit about, racing with my partner in high rocks. Really want to kind of create really good memories with her because she's now a very good friend of mine. Then maybe I owe it up to myself to kind of give it one last shot in terms of really choosing what I want in life. And maybe that is, I can't ski anymore. Maybe I'll just change to snowboarding, Maybe I can't trail run anymore because it's high risk. Then maybe I just hike. I think it's just give or take right now. And at least right now in this moment, I'm just like, okay, I want to punch a very good half marathon time and I really want to do well in high rocks. And that's all I care about right now.
So having a surgery and then rehab recovery is going to be 6 to 9 months minimum.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So what's the goal? Like a year later? Is that
a year
like
later.
a year later?
Yeah.
High Rocks
High
Marathon?
Rocks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Watch me.
yeah. We'll follow your journey. I think, this whole section, we kind of talked about your life.
Yeah.
There are ups and
Yeah.
there are definitely a lot of downs,
Yeah.
right? And I think throughout these periods, this is where you kind of re-identify yourself. I wouldn't say you become someone new.
Yeah.
But someone more authentic.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how you started to talk to more people,
Yeah.
different business ideas.
Yeah.
The community is helping you.
Yeah.
And then we're in this location right now,
Sure.
right? So tell the audience, what is this?
This is my new clinic fix. It's been here for 3 months. Can you hear me? But yeah, it's my baby. It's how I see what a physio clinic should be. Not too sterile, so it's not white and blue. There's no curtains. It's not machines everywhere. Privacy. So for physio, for clinic rooms, it's as simple as that. So none of the extra stuff. And the environment is just more cozy. You want to be here. You're here to get shit done. And I just provide an environment like that. Yeah.
That's actually true. This is the first physio that there's no curtains that I've been to.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so what's the mindset? What's the knowledge? Like, what's the business model behind this?
講中文得唔得㗎？
講中文，講中文。
平靚正快狠準。
講多次。
平靚正快狠準。
Okay.
Hong Kong mentality, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm someone like that too. Why waste time?
Because you're a boomerang. As in, you've traveled, you've worked in different places.
Yeah.
You've learned the system. You see what works, what doesn't work for you, right?
Yeah.
And then you're the type of person that likes to continue to, like, explore new stuff.
Yeah.
And you understand the Hong Kong culture,
Yes.
right? Like, when you go to Subway, everyone's running,
Yes.
right? And then if you go to somewhere else in Southeast Asia, the pace is so much slower.
Yes.
And that's kind of how you came up with this business model where it's 30 minutes?
30 minutes.
You come in for 30 minutes,
Yeah.
you get fixed, you get fixed, and then you go.
Yeah.
Continue your day.
Yeah.
Were there any like moments where you would be like, will this work in Hong Kong?
I don't think that is a question. It's more like, how can I make it work?
Okay. I like the mindset.
Yeah, I just never think like, would it work? But I guess it's I always have the confidence that it is going to work purely because my patient, I always ask my patient, so what do you think about this? Like if I were to make it like this, what do you think, right? I don't think I would ever just do something out of the blue because I think about it. I always ask for really solid market research feedback. And my patient that I'm treating at the moment, they are the best market research because they are my paying customer. And that's why their opinion matters to me. And I just kind of play around with their opinions.
And this ties back to your running community, right?
Yes.
Like, I'm sure you constantly ask them and share your potential business model and ask for their feedback.
Yeah, I would say so.
And then they kind of
Because
share.
they are my target population, right? They're from Hong Kong. They're probably a little bit whitewashed like me, myself, or they're just completely, guaylo as well. So it is exactly the young, active type of population in terms of where my market is going to hit.
Yeah. Was it hard developing this?
A lot easier than I thought.
Yeah.
Purely because I got a really good backup team. So luckily, because of Shelter, from a marketing team to the interior design to webpage design to coding and all those kind of stuff, it's all done within the family, I would say.
The community.
The community. And because we run together, we're similar. So I don't really need to do too much hands-on work because they know me already. They know what I like. So they won't verge too far off,
I want to circle back a little bit.
Sure.
We talked about the business model, right? 30 minutes, 500.
Yeah.
Right? But other than this, what were the motivations behind it? Like, as in, physio in Hong Kong it could be very expensive.
Yes.
And 30 minutes, are you guys charging the same amount as other people, or what's going on here?
Not really. I think we are actually below market price. So in my old clinic, a lot of my patients actually come back to me and be like, hey, I just can't see you anymore because my insurance isn't covering it, or because I damn near charge $2,000 an hour. To be fair, like, an hour is so long. You don't need that much time with me. All you need to learn is how to manage your symptom. I give you relief. You go home and do your homework. So it's really testing the physio ability to deliver that message and whether we vibe, right? If you trust me, then you'll do as I say. And
You're like a
I think I'm
teacher.
very honest about, if you don't do it, then you don't really have to come back and see me because you're not helping yourself either. And I made that very clear from the get-go. I might not be everyone else's physio, but that's why I hired a team that have different personality to tackle this problem. But at least for my patient that really appreciate my help, they do see it as, oh, Christie is not just taking my money. Like, she's just really there to make me feel better and have them control their own symptom.
You talked about your team.
Yes.
You know, tell us. You know, shout out to your team.
Shout out to my team, Zoe, Gary, Marco, and Sebastian, my co-owner. They really make my life a lot easier, I would say. And they are the young blood. They're actually not that much younger than me, but I would say their experience, because we experience different teachers, different mentors, and maybe they have really bad experience, maybe they have really good experience, and because of that, I learn a lot from them. And we are good at different things. So when I hire my team, I'm like, okay, I don't need another me. I need someone that is good at other things that can cover my blind spot. So actually, us working as a team has been great.
I mean, I follow your page on IG, right?
Yeah.
I see you guys doing some pretty fun stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys take work seriously,
Yeah.
but you know, like the last client canceled, you know, that those type of reels are really relatable.
Yeah.
Not just for a physio,
Yeah.
but for anyone at work. Right?
Yeah. Because I just don't feel like when people are scrolling on Insta, like when you're at night, you don't want to really, you're not a physio. You don't want to learn about how to release a quadratus lumborum, basically.
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly. Like, it's just, you would just scroll past it. But I think I was talking to my marketing team about it. Shout out to Jason. He really knows what I want because I don't want to do it the conventional way where clinics is showing, oh, if you have hip pain, do these 3 exercises, because it's not as simple as that. So for me, it's like, we have different personality and we are a very young and dynamic clinic. Why not showcase that? And if you happen to stumble upon our clinic and you like us and you know we can actually do our job well, you'll come back. So I don't feel like I need to hard sell our skills in that sense.
I think it's the vibe, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you go into a clinic, you're getting treatment.
Yeah.
Right? But you want to get treatment happily, or you want to do it through a way where it's just so boring?
Yeah, exactly. So I make sure that I showcase that in our social media as well. It's just another form of marketing.
Do you think becoming viral helped?
Yes. I would say becoming viral helped, becoming a model helped, because now I know what I actually
This is the product.
want. Yeah, this is the product. This is the baby of what has happened to me in the past 4 years, 5 years. Yeah.
Would you say this is a reflection of who you are?
Good question, sir. I would say it is a reflection of what I'm trying to achieve. But I wouldn't say it is who I am. Yeah.
Okay. So to follow up this question, right? When someone walks into Phyx,
Yeah.
what do you want them to think
Yes.
when they walk in? And when they walk out, what do you want them to feel?
Right. Actually, I can just combine them all together. It's just, I always say this since the beginning when I have Phyx. I want them to feel seen, heard, and understood.
We're going to clip that. Okay? Seen, heard, and understood. Okay.
Yeah, because
elaborate.
I feel like a lot of the time when you go see someone, be it a physio or a doctor or hairstylist, right? They don't truly understand or try to understand what you want. But if you're in this type of service industry, it is your job to really truly understand what do they want from you, because they pay money to come in and see you. And I feel like that is my job, to make sure that I completely 100% can comprehend why you are here to see me. And it is my job using my skills to solve that problem for you.
While having a decent conversation.
While having a really good banter and not be dull.
What's a banter?
Banter? You're not from England,
I'm
bro.
not, I'm really
Bro,
not.
it's a really good conversation that is not too serious. Okay. So I try to kind of, I guess, build not like a friendship out of my patient, especially with the people that I really vibe well with, like with similar interests, similar goals, or to be honest, like people that is like 60 years old with family, because they are the one that I never really have a chance on the street just talk to them, right? So for me, they are my mentor. Yeah. They pull me through a lot of things, and why not build that very genuine, authentic relationship with every single person? Because everyone got a different story.
Yeah, I mean, I want to share your story, right? Like, when we hung out, you know, we talk.
Yeah.
But then I feel like when I meet my other friends or colleagues, you know, they tell me about my life.
Yeah.
Through another person.
Yeah.
You know? Like, because they came to see you, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't mind.
Yeah.
But I think it's great because, you know, for them it's like, oh, I know Taylor.
Yeah.
And then I know Christie.
Yeah.
And then it makes them more comfortable.
Yeah.
To come to you and, you know, to trust you. Because, you know, I mean, I play basketball and they know I'm pretty good at it. And then I went through an injury. And then if I talk to you about these certain things, and then they are going through certain things. You know, you have patients that tore their ACL from basketball. Yeah. You know, on the same team as me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, into today, we'll still talk about the injury, the recovery, you know, the rehab. And I think you are doing a really good job.
Thank you.
On making them feel at ease.
Yes.
Right? Because at the end of the day, tearing an ACL is pretty scary.
It is pretty scary. And I guess because I have so many ACL or like knee injuries, because I've been through that walk, I can talk the talk.
Yes.
And obviously I'm still doing all these kind of crazy shit. So from a patient perspective, I definitely do know what they're going through. Is it scary? Probably the first time, but I think if you've done it 6 times, you're just like, you know, here we go again. So I understand it. So I try my best to kind of ease them, especially
comfort them.
It's different. I live, breathe physio, you know.
I like what you said. Like, you don't just talk the talk.
Yeah.
I mean, you physically...
I literally walk the walk.
Yeah.
So, not even just knee. I have back pain, I have shoulder pain, I have all the butt pain, you know. So when patient come in and see me, hey, I got lower back pain, I'll be like, you know what? I know exactly where that point is at because I've been through that. So does that make me a better physio? Sure. But would I recommend it to my colleagues and all the juniors out there? Probably not. It makes you more compassionate, I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's switch gear a little bit.
Sure.
You know, I really like to use this term, KPI. In business, usually people think it's key performance index. You know, in the business
It really is, though. Yeah.
But to me, like when I look at you, it's more like key person of influence.
Sure.
You know, you have what, 70K followers on Instagram?
Yeah.
You have your own clinic.
Yes.
You have a running community.
Yes.
Like we have mutual friends that they look up to you, right?
Yes.
How does it feel to be an influencer? As in not a content creator influencer, but someone that truly influences people on their day-to-day.
Yeah. I think I never really think of myself as an influencer. Not until recently, I would say. Until I started Run Club. Well, I started running in a run club. Only because there are some girls that kind of come up to me and be like, hey, I've actually followed you 10 years ago. And I started spinning because of you. I started going to XYZ burn class because of you. Or I started running because of you. Or like our mutual friend, I started Howard's training because of you. That kind of thing. So shout out to Wan Ting as well.
I was
well
thinking,
done.
because I see her tagging you on. You know, she joined Shelter too.
She joined Shelter runs as well. So I guess would I say I'm heavily influencing people? No, but I'm more like if I'm doing it, why not just tag along? You never know if you like it or not, right? So I guess in my life, there's never really one person that'd be like, hey, Christy, do you want to join this? It's always like, oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna go by myself, you know. Not necessarily I need someone like that because I do like to just explore things and go by myself and see if I like it or not and not be influenced by it. But why not? Because I truly enjoy that thing I truly believe that product or I truly believe that gym, why not let people know that I actually like it? So I guess it's authentic content creation and not being influenced by, people paying me,
Yeah.
So
That's a great answer. And then, at the beginning, we talked about you were seeking for mentors,
yes.
and then now you're in a position where, say you're influencer, you're a mentor, especially to your team now.
Yeah.
They might be a little bit younger, but, they look up to you.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
I think we hold each other accountable though. So sure, I will teach them how to do certain things because they want to learn A, B, C, D, E. Then I'll teach them A, B, C, D, E. But I would say I give them reviews quarterly, but I also ask them to give me a review quarterly. I think it's a two-way street.
It's two-way, yeah.
It's a two-way street because it's my first time being somewhat a leader as well, like a director, I guess. So I also have my downfall, I would say, but I try my best to make sure that everyone is happy and the clinic is going to the right direction. So I think all these are just titles as just a line. It truly doesn't really mean anything to me because I do view myself as equal to them because it shouldn't be like that. I don't feel like it should be like that. Yeah.
They're not here. You can say the truth.
It's true. It's true. I learned so much from my team.
Yeah.
They are, I have to say, I'm a specialist in belly button down, right? There are people, like Gary is really good at upper body. And literally every single day I'll go to his room and be like, hey, like this case that I'm just seeing in the shoulder, like, can you help out? Basically. Like it's, what you learn in uni, it's not, like it doesn't cover everything that you see in real life. And it really require a clinician's passion, interest to really deep dive into that certain problem. And if I'm not interested in shoulder, I'm not interested in shoulder, especially the complicated case. I can treat the easy stuff that I've taught in uni to kind of rule out all the simple cases that is from hospitals, for example. But once you kind of hit a certain stage in rehab, if I want you to kind of get you back to volleyball, I need help. I don't play volleyball. I don't play basketball. I won't be able to show you in the shoulder, But for things that I'm interested in, running, basketball, all those kind of rotational sports stuff, I read so much about it. I know how to treat you, so.
Yeah, I think for a company, especially something like this, right?
Yeah.
You need to be a hexagon.
Yeah.
You can't just be good at one thing.
Yes.
You kind of need to be like evenly spread out the
Yes.
expertise.
Hence why I hire them. When I hire them, I know exactly who am I hiring to cover each other's blind spot. Yeah.
One more question. Do you think being a female
Yes.
is harder to lead in an industry like this?
I think statistically speaking, it is lower, I would say, at least from the clinic that I know of. But I don't think in Hong Kong, me being a Chinese girl, it makes too much of a difference. But I think in Western country, again, it's just opportunity, right? Whether if they are willing to teach you more or guide you more. Not saying that, again, they're not racist. It's just somewhat, perhaps they would give more attention to someone else, purely because it's more convenient. Yes.
I would agree to that.
Yes.
I would agree to that. Okay. That was
Are you speechless right now?
a little bit. No, because I think at the end of the day, it's still you trying to prove yourself that you can do it.
Yes.
Right? Being a female influencer. Like we said, our mutual friend,
Yeah.
You influence her
Yes.
in a way where she is becoming more healthy.
Yes.
She's challenging herself.
Which is great.
Right? Yeah, so continue what you do, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and then so this is called the DWIT podcast. So it means do whatever it takes. As in, if you're going through challenges, obstacles, whatever in life, a certain moment where you just had to do whatever it took to get through that hump.
Yeah.
Share us a story.
Oof. I got too many. I think 4 years ago with what happened to me,
Elaborate. There, a lot of things happened.
Moving back to Hong Kong, going through breakup, going through changes at work that I don't feel fulfilled anymore in my comfort blanket in my own old work, to modeling, to content creation. I really, but then I was still waiting for a moment, I think. Because I think there's a lot of path where I can just be like, okay, let me just pivot into just that one thing. But in my gut, there's always that one feeling that it's just not there yet. It's not the right time. It's not the right moment. You're not ready to do that yet. And then all of a sudden, when this opportunity kind of come to me, I just knew. I'll be like, okay, this is the DWIT moment. I'm just gonna do whatever it takes to make this work. I'm gonna make Phyx work. I'm gonna create the best team that I could find. I'm gonna make sure that my team is the happiest, to make sure that this is the best clinic they'll ever want to work in. And me, I guess, as a person, is I'm gonna do whatever it takes to be the fittest, the fastest, the healthiest.
After 6 surgeries.
After my 6th surgery, and maybe not the healthiest right now because I do have one dangly knee, but after the surgery in September, the fastest that I would ever be, basically. Yeah.
Would you say everything happened in the past 4 years happened for a reason?
I would say everything that happened in my life happened for a reason. I feel like everything in the past 29 years, that every decision that I make, because I still remember vividly every big moment decision that I make lead up to this specific moment of my life.
Did you regret any?
No, never. I never regret any of my decision because I'm the person that always just do it first. Because I'm so scared of regretting the decision that I actually didn't take. Yeah.
Okay. So your DWIT moment is everything that happened for the past 4 years that lead up to today. You know, us sitting here having this conversation at Phyx.
Correct.
Right? And you want this to be the best in town. As in, when okay, that might be a little bit. No. You want it to be the best in town, as in you want people to come in and feel like they're in a safe environment.
Yes.
Where, they will get treated in a way that is professional.
Yes.
But at the same time, the vibe is good.
Yes.
Right.
It's like professional, people is good, service is good. The full experience when you walk into the room, to you pay, to even your email reminder is good.
It's the whole experience.
And
then you're building a community.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's go to the last segment.
Sure.
Which is rapid firing questions. Okay.
Oh,
this should be fun.
Really?
Be fun. Okay. Try not to think too long. Okay.
I'll try my best.
Okay, but do give us some solid answers.
Sure.
A female leader who inspires you.
I have a patient called Esther. She's a ultra runner. She does UTMB, so crazy kilometers. She's a mother of 3. Her full-time job is an artist or like an art dealer or something like that. I met her a couple years ago, and she's always my role model. She inspires me.
What's one advice she gave you?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Perfect. Okay. Second question. Phyx in one word.
Phyx in one word.
Yeah.
Jang. You have enough to think.
Clip that, okay? Clip that. Okay. What does doing whatever it takes mean to you now compared to before?
I think it's exactly the same.
Okay. Elaborate.
It wouldn't
compared
change,
to 4 years ago.
It wouldn't change any differently. Exactly how I pull myself out of the rut. Exactly how I'm gonna grind it through with grit, sweat, tears, anything.
Okay. Okay, last one. A quote from you. Something that defines this chapter of your life. Hey,
This I gotta think.
this is gonna be one of the reels. Okay?
Oh God. Can you ask that question again?
Okay. A quote from you. Something that defines this chapter of your life.
Why is my head only got do whatever it takes right now?
You can say that.
Do whatever it
feel
takes.
free. Say DWIT it.
DWIT it, because that is how you should live your life.
And this is why we're here today.
That is why we're here today.
Okay, so any last words you want to share with the audience, or thoughts that I didn't, or questions that I didn't ask you that you think, as a KPI, you want to share? Say.
Just as you thought you were dying physically or mentally, that is the moment that you're gonna do some good with your life, I think.
Which means when you hit rock bottom,
Yeah.
you just can't go lower.
Yeah.
And it's
But you
only
do
up.
have to hit the rock bottom.
Yeah, I agree.
Literally when you feel like you're on the verge of dying.
Yeah.
That's when you rise.
I agree. So this is the end of the conversation.
Thank you.
I just want to recap a little bit, right? I feel like throughout this conversation, what we learn about you is prove yourself and not to others,
Yes.
right?
No one else matter.
No one else matters.
You are, actually, it's like, you are your own relationship.
Okay, you want me to ask you that question again
No,
for that quote?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, and then I think at your stage in your life right now, you've gained so much experience through ups and downs,
Sure.
and you're picturing a future for yourself, and
Right.
you're actively building it.
I never really think about the future, to be honest. I don't really know where this clinic is going to lead. Sure, we're going to have, a prediction of the next 5 years, but not necessarily a vision or my own personal life or anything related to the future. It's more like right at this moment, I got this planned. So in the next 3 months, this is the project, and I'm just going to focus on the next 3 months. This is going to be exactly how it's going to turn out.
And then you're just gonna do whatever it takes.
I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that it's smooth sailing up to my standard.
All right. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you. Witty.
The shirt that only our guests
Oh,
gets,
thank you.
okay?